Can you write a book about somebody without getting their permission first? Hi, my name is Joel Mark Harris, and I'm the author of The Secret to Writing Your First Book, The Essential Guide. And today we're going to be talking about writing a biography of somebody. Writing about people is a special niche on its own. Regardless of your position or your intention, it remains a highly sensitive endeavor, especially if your subject is alive or if their family members are very active. Convention says that no permission is necessary if the person is or was a public figure. Hence, writing a biography of, say, a well-known politician, sports figure, or entertainer does not require their approval. However, if the subject is not a public figure, be alive or deceased, it's a good idea to obtain consent from them or their family prior to writing about them. Probably critical if your book contains personal or sensitive information that could harm the individual or their family. There's been countless cases of writers getting sued for defamation or invasion of privacy when publishing content about somebody without their consent. And in most cases, these lawsuits were successful, even if the subject was a public figure. Truth be told, it's become a bit of a minefield out there, and writers must be very careful with what they publish. So it is possible to write about somebody without getting their permission. We'd say that yes, but there are some caveats and exceptions first. It's more complicated than you might think. So why should you write about somebody in the first place? There's no shortage of reasons why you may explore a genre. Maybe you have a compelling personal story to tell or an intriguing topic that you feel deserves attention that has been ignored. Maybe the person's experience struck a chord with you and motivated you to share it with readers. But whatever the case, you're bound to approach the subject with sensitivity and integrity. And we're not just talking about biographies here. Other types of contents can be considered as someone in the book, even if they're not the main character. For example, it could be a fictional story with characters resembling real people. It may also involve fictional accounts based on true life experiences. In any case, you must understand the significance of obtaining consent before you write about somebody. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Would you want your life story to be written about you without your knowledge, without your permission? Most likely not. Now, let's talk about authenticity. Yes, seeking permission to write about someone in a book is generally an unwritten rule, but there's a rationale for why this practice is necessary. It's not just about respecting someone's privacy and individuality, it also goes back to the question of authenticity. If you're writing nonfiction, your goal should be to deliver a truthful account that closely resembles reality as much as possible without compromising the main character's dignity. It means adhering to the facts and figures and the emotions and experiences that resonate with people. In that sense, you're forming an unspoken contract with your readers, a promise of honest storytelling where nothing is held back. But if you don't get permission first, then there's a chance something may be withheld or changed to give your book a more positive or commercial spin. It's a slippery slope when dealing with sensitive topics and could ultimately result in an imbalanced narrative that lacks authenticity. By obtaining consent first, you ensure that your story is told is genuine and unflinching, something that some readers or most readers are quite willing to pay for and what they want. Of course, it's up to you as the author to decide whether your subject is worth covering in a book. If you feel that the individual story comes with high value for people and the readers and their circumstances are educational or inspirational, then go ahead with the project. But there's one thing to keep in mind: tread very lightly. When you're writing about someone, especially if they're still living, either your readers should assume that you have the rights to talk about their experience. In other words, don't make it all about yourself. Remain mindful of how your characters or your personality feels and strive to project their perspective and compassion with empathy. If you're successful in creating a connection with readers, then it won't matter if your subject has permitted you to write about them or not. At the end of the day, writing about someone in a book or any literary work, for example, is art as it is a skill. It requires an understanding of narrative and humanity, a commitment to storytelling that leaves no one or no thought behind. And with these qualities, you're certain to craft a story that's both moving and compelling. That being said, you should continue writing with purpose and integrity, because you cannot become a successful author without any of these attributes. That's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, if you're stuck, if you're writing about somebody and you're not sure how to proceed, just drop me a comment and I will respond. Catch you in the next one.